I swear the ex-narcissist put a love spell on me. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with them. Maybe the ex-narcissist is a witch or a warlock. Is there love spells? Is there black magic? Is there voodoo? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. JT here. I'm super happy to see all of you. Hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. I am just trying to get my energy back right now. As I said, I've gone gluten-free and dairy-free, and I have like flu-like symptoms now because my body is adjusting. So I haven't been sleeping well. I've been feeling kind of rough. So I'm going to try and give as much happy, potent energy as I can in this video, but I'm lagging, so bear with me because this is a great video and this is a topic I have wanted to talk about for a very long time, and I've briefly touched base on it in a few other videos, but I think it's very prevalent nowadays, especially with what's going on in the world. And you know, everyone's talking about end times and World War III and China invading Taiwan and microchips not being able to get sold to the US, and deserts drying up, and they're just so much evil stuff going on right now in the world. And I hear so many times in comments about the evil narcissist and witches and warlocks and vampires and spells and magic. And so I think this is a great video, and I'm really excited to share my insight of what I went through, as well as touch base on what I've heard in other comments from you guys. And just know that you are on the right path if you are healing and you are away from the ex-narcissist. And I know that you guys are all chosen empaths of the light, kind, compassionate, caring individuals, and you are children of God, and you are on the right path to becoming authentically yourself if you are watching this video. So without further ado, let's talk about the witches and the warlocks, the narcissistic witch, the narcissistic warlock. So witches and warlocks, what are witches and warlocks? Simply, in my definition, it's people that need to manipulate energy in a evil way. So magic, you know, we learn about magic from movies and Disney movies and fairy tales and magic. What I look at the word magic as is just energy. That's all it is. And so if we think about like a narcissist doing magic, what is the only reason a narcissist would do magic, or a narcissist would be a witch or a warlock? What do narcissists want more than anything? Power and control. What does magic give? Power and control. So when a narcissist goes down the road of doing black magic, voodoo, love spells, connotations, all that kind of stuff, telepathy, astral projection, all those types of things, it is because they can't get something that they want. They need to use outside forces in order to gain more power and control, because that's really what it is. What reason would a narcissist have to do a love spell on you? If they can't get you to become obsessed with them, they're going to turn to magic to get what they want. It's all just to get what they want. And if we know narcissists are all about their ego, power, and control, and that they want what they want, they're going to use magic if they can't get what they want in a normal aspect of everyday life. So I think about it like this with witches and warlocks, like, you know, it's demonic. You know, the narcissists are possessed by a demonic entity, if you believe that, and I will do a video on that. And you know, there's different roads we could go down with that. If you know, narcissists are fallen angels, which I'll do a video on that as well. But like for the sake of this video, let's say the narcissists are possessed by a demonic entity. So you know, when a narcissist is possessed by a demonic entity, we believe that that is evil. What else is evil and goes along with demonic evilness is witchcraft, wizardry, and black magic and voodoo and all those types of negative things we see in movies. And you know, if we go back to like the 1400s with the Salem witch trials and everything, these narcissists have been doing this for a very, very, very long time, because again, they're all about themselves and they want what they want. So if they can't get it by normal means, they're going to do every single thing possible. You know, they need power and control more than any other person on this planet. And as I told you guys before in some other videos, the ex-narcissist in my life said she was a witch. And the last day I ever saw her, she said if people knew what she was, she'd be burned alive. And their egos are that crazy that they can just outwardly say that, you know? They want to be the all-powerful, because they believe they're gods, right? And if someone is doing witchcraft and wizardry, they believe that they are better than everyone else and that they deserve this extra power that they get. And so what I like to say when I told you guys, I think magic, the word magic is energy, right? Everything in this world is energy. Me conveying these words to you guys listening, this is a transference of energy. And so I believe that we are all, if we want to use the terms like witches and warlocks, I believe that everyone on this planet, to a sense, is a witch or a warlock. Because think about when you do affirmations. If you look in the mirror and you say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, or I am confident, I am confident, I am confident, right? The tongue is the most powerful form of magic there is. It's the most powerful form. And when you say these affirmations, that's magic. You're doing self-magic or self-talk, you know? When you're speaking out into the universe, you're sending this positive energy, these affirmations, which is a form of magic. So like, you know, it's apples and oranges. We could like discuss it all like further in details, but like that's just my terminology. I think like magic is just energy. That's all it is energy. You know, you can put out good energy or you can put out bad energy. A narcissist puts out bad energy. And the problem is when we get into these narcissistic relationships, they plant seeds. They plant seeds in our mind. And it's when they put in certain phrases and certain words, like let's just say, for example, like in my case, the ex-narcissist believed she was perfect. A lot of narcissists believe they are perfect. And she would always say, yeah, everyone thinks I'm perfect. Everyone always becomes obsessed with me. So she's planting that dark magic seed in my brain that everyone thinks I'm perfect. So everyone becomes obsessed with me. And what a narcissist wants to do is see if that seed is going to sprout and take over control. So enough time, like that seed starts to grow and you start becoming, or you start believing and becoming obsessed with the narcissist. Words are extremely powerful. And what happens when these words, the seed has been planted and starts to grow, it starts to change your behaviors. You start becoming extremely codependent. You start becoming obsessed. You start putting down your own self-interests and putting all your energy into the narcissist. You drop boundaries. Everything starts to change. This seed that the narcissist planted, this magic seed, you know, words of the tongue, when they put these seeds and drop them all around you, they start to grow. And a lot of times, even with the Hoovers, like after you've gotten out of the narcissistic relationship months, years later, the narcissist usually Hoovers because they want to see if that seed has grown, if you have truly healed, or if you were able to get your finances back, or if you were able to get the self-love back, you know, because they're in their ego. They want to believe that, you know, they were the reason that you either went to your demise and that you're in a unhappy place, or even if you're healing, they want to believe that they treated you so badly that they're the reason that you healed. They want to take credit for your healing. I guarantee I will get comments on this video and people will say this, that yep, the narcissist will want to take credit for your healing. That's how crazy their egos is. I know with the ex-narcissist in my situation, I can feel it. I know for certain that she thinks me doing the YouTube and healing and becoming the best version of myself is all because of her. It's got to take all the credit. And when these witches and warlocks, these narcissists, they go down this path of darkness and deception and manipulation, because all narcissists are master manipulators. And if we know one thing about the law of the universe, if you can become a master manipulator of energy, you can have everything you want. You can manifest anything you want. So when you become a master manipulator of energy, in a good sense, when you're doing affirmations and you're doing healing and you're being kind, compassionate, and you're doing all the right things and manipulating energy in a way that is good for the world, you can manifest anything you want. A narcissist is the reverse. They are master manipulators of energy. So they manipulate energy in a negative way. So when they do these, love spells, the ex-narcissist did it to me, did it to every single person she ever came in contact with. When they do these love spells, let's think about this. If they say, if we know everything is energy, and you've watched these telepathy videos and astral projection, how they can implant thoughts in our mind, again, they plant these seeds and they grow. So if a narcissist, when you're with them, is saying, yeah, I know you think I'm perfect. Say they say that to you once every few weeks, or think of a phrase that the narcissist always said to you. When they say this over and over and over, right? They're implanting a form of word magic into your brain, and it's starting to change your behaviors and your thought pattern. So what ends up happening is that thing that they told you ends up becoming your own belief, right? They end up warping your mind. So if they say, I know you think I'm perfect, or like think about how a narcissist is in general. They think everyone is obsessed with them, right? So if I said to you guys how like affirmations are a form of magic in a good sense, if you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, and you're feeling that love for yourself, you're feeling that good energy, right? What if a narcissist is saying, I know you're obsessed with me. Everyone is obsessed with me, because they're, a narcissist is always in their ego. They believe and they think nonstop that everyone is obsessed with them. They're putting out that energy. So then what happens? Everyone feels obsessed with them, because once you get into their life and you get that soul tie and that energetic cord connected to them, now that energy is transferable between the two of you, and their thought patterns of thinking everyone's obsessed and everyone knows I'm perfect, everyone knows I'm perfect, that energy gets pushed out to everyone around. So then it starts influencing your own mind and you start becoming obsessed with them, right? That's how word magic is, how powerful the tongue is. It talks about it in the Bible. The tongue is the most powerful thing that we can use. That's why I always tell people, learn your inner voice and do positive self-talk, because, and never put people down, never call anyone names, because that stuff is powerful. If you say to someone, like think about when you were bullied, and I was bullied in school. Like I sat at a lunch table alone in middle school, sometimes in high school, and I was a jock too, and I still got made fun of. And I think about when people say those things, that's energy. They're transferring negative energy to you, and that puts you into this belief system, and then you start believing that you're unworthy and you don't have self-love and all these things. And the narcissist does the same exact thing to you. They completely toxify your brain to make you believe these things. So when you're around them and they're speaking these words into existence, you have to be very careful, especially when you're getting into new relationships with people. Listen how they talk. Listen to how they talk to waiters and waitresses. If they treat them badly, that is a great indicator of that this is a person you do not want to be around. When we have that inner talk and we're, oh, I'm dumb, or oh, I'm fat, or I'm ugly, oh, I don't have the self-discipline to work out every day, whatever, we have all these thoughts. We are speaking that into existence. It's even worse if you say it out loud. I told you that in that video where I was fixing the fence and I was cutting at a wrong angle, and I've done fences 1,000 times, and I said out loud, I am dumb. I said, wow, I'm stupid. That's what I said. that saying that out loud, I'm putting that energy out into the universe, and I'm letting it become a part of who I am. So that's why we have to be very, very intelligent and precise with the words that come out of our mouths, because it affects not only us, but the people that are around us. So when you're with these narcissistic witches and warlocks and they're speaking all these things, or saying, you're not good enough, or I can do so much better, or any of those types of things, that gets ingrained into our own brains, and we start believing that it's true. It changes our behaviors. That's why it's so dangerous being around a narcissist, especially the ones that practice witchcraft, voodoo, and black magic. The ex-narcissist, for me, had told me she had done voodoo and black magic and Ouija boards and all this other types of stuff. And when they do these love spells, looking in the mirror, and they're saying, let's just say, Susan is obsessed with me, Susan is obsessed with me, Susan is obsessed with me, and you have that soul tie with them, they're literally sending you all these telepathic thoughts, and when that runs in your brain over and over and over again, it becomes a belief. That's why we get so attached to them. These narcissistic witches, demons, these warlocks, they all know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's not a coincidence that every single person before them says the exact same thing, because they do the exact same thing to every single person. They all run by the same rule book, the same playbook. They all do the same exact things. And if we go down that rabbit hole of narcissists being witches and warlocks and doing these love spells and word magic and sexual magic, the sexual magic is beyond annoying. The ex-narcissist in my life specifically, that was her main weapon against me. And she would tell me, she would play with herself in front of the mirror while looking into her own eyes. And what she's thinking about is you or whoever that ex-narcissist was in your life. They're doing that and sending you that energy, and then you're thinking about it all the time. Ever wonder why you're just like randomly throughout the day and you're just like start thinking crazy sexual things? And it's because it's implementation magic. They're implanting thoughts into your brain so that you think about them, you ruminate over them, you obsess with them, because sexual energy is the strongest energy in the universe. It's the strongest, most creative energy in the universe. And when they can send that out to you, as we know, most people in the world have lust. Lust and temptation is one of the big ones for a lot of the world. And the industries all know this. That's why corn is, one of the worst things that has ever been created on this planet. It is absolutely destroying people's lives. And every time you give into the corn or any of these sexual temptations, all you're doing is giving your good sexual creative energy and feeding it to the beast, the demonic beast. And narcissists know this. So every time you're thinking about them and you do your thing, you're sending them your good, kind, healing energy, and they are taking it, and you are feeding their ego. So you have to be so careful after the narcissistic relationship, and why you have to go on the healing journey, because these witches and warlocks, they do all these spells and all this word magic. They put things in food. I've heard the food ones so many times. So many people getting sick from narcissists putting all kinds of weird little things in food. A narcissist slowly poisons us over time. They poison our mind. It's like an IV, a slow drip. If they were to poison us all right in the beginning in like 1 month, you'd be like, I'm out of here. But the fact that they just give you little doses of that poison, they're just slowly killing you over time. And it slowly builds up in your system until it gets to a point where you're completely crippled and broken. These witches and warlocks are like nothing to be played with. But if you are a child of God and you're chosen, you're of the light, and you're an empath, your power is far exceeding the narcissistic witches or warlocks' power. Far. But the problem is they put us down so far that we don't know that we have that power. And I can tell you guys, you do have the power. You do have the power to change. I always tell people, get that book, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. That's how I learned about the affirmations of telling yourself, I love myself in the mirror. You say that over and over. And eventually you'll just have a smile on your face when you do it. Like, it really does change your perception and help give you that self-love. And it's really important that we do our own form of magic, affirmations, inner talk, and stay in that positive mindset, because that is 10 times more powerful than the negative. And when you're getting sent the negative, don't send the negative back to the narcissist. I pray for the ex-narcissist from time to time. I do. But I've learned to forgive them and forgive myself for allowing them to do what they did to me. But if you try and send back that negative energy, it's going to come back to you tenfold. That's why I always tell people, when this narcissistic witch or warlock, they do all these love spells, all this crap, they're getting their karma, because karma is energy. That's all karma is energy. You put out that negative energy into the world, you're gonna get it back. You put out positive energy into the world, you're gonna get it back. So after the narcissistic relationship, yes, I know everyone, you can be in a time of like revenge and wanting that narcissist to get their karma. Just know that they're gonna get it. You don't need to do anything. By you forgiving them and yourselves and putting out good energy into the world every single day, you're gonna get that back tenfold. And God, the universe, source, highest power, whatever you believe, they see your heart. They can see, or it can see your heart and knows who you are at a core level. And if you are really a good, kind, compassionate, caring person, and you will be rewarded for that. The narcissist can come off that they have a good heart in the beginning, but we all know deep down they do not. It's an empty hole. It's a black hole that just sucks up everything into it. So with these witches and warlocks, it's important that you break that soul tie. And when you do get the telepathic hoovers, when you get the astral projection, just know that they're putting out black magic, dark magic, trying to reel you back into the negative toxic cycle. But as you've go through your healing path, even if you do get hoovered and you go back, over time it gets easier and easier, and you become stronger within your own energy to where you can fight it off. It will get to a point where it will almost cease to exist. You'll still have attacks here and there, because again, if they're of the devil, of Satan, or they have demonic entities attached to them, they're always going to be under attack, because this world we live in right now is a spiritual warfare. Look at all the shit going on in the world. They're talking about 2024, we're in like the end times and the revelations in the Bible and all this. There's just so much negative shit going on in the world right now. And they're talking about a black swan event, which if you don't know what that is, I just recommend you Google it or go on Twitter. But it's like an inevitable event that is going to happen. And like, I'm not saying this to make you guys get nervous or anything. If you are of God and you're a good, kind, compassionate person, don't even worry about it. Just keep, being happy and grateful for all the things that you do have. Everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to work out. But yeah, these witches, these warlocks, these narcissistic hobgoblins, narcissistic hobgoblins, that's a good title for a video. Just know when they do this black magic, if they did put food, and comment on this video, let me know what type of narcissist you had, if you had a witch or a warlock, and if they told you they did black magic or voodoo or practice it, or if you have a feeling that they did, or if they were in a cult. A lot of narcissists believe they are cult leaders, and they want to, again, look at what a narcissist does. That's what their mindset is like. They're a cult leader. They need control and power over every single human being that comes into their lives. Cult leader. So, comment on this. Let me know if people or these ex-narcissists were the types that told you straight up, yeah, I'm a witch, I'm a warlock. Yeah, I do love spells or any of that kind of stuff. And I just know that we are all on the right path and that you're continuing on your purpose. If you're watching these videos, I know that this is helping you gain the knowledge and get the closure so that you can fully move on and heal and let go, break that soul tie, trauma bond, work on your codependency issues, become your most authentic self, and that you're gonna get there. You will. There will be downtimes. There always is. Life is a roller coaster. I'm in a downtime right now. Like I said, I have like flu-like symptoms. I haven't slept in 2 weeks almost now. Like every day I'm like getting 4 or 5 hours, getting telepathy attacks, and I was good for like 2 months, didn't get anything. But point being, when you get down, that's when the demonic entity, the witch, the warlock, again, they can feel energy. Narcissists are they're on that spiritual plane of the negative spectrum. They can feel that negative energy, and they're going to send as much your way when you are down. So just know that, the spiritual attacks will happen, and it's important to just remember that you will get through them, and that you should just know that when this narcissist is doing this type of black magic, the voodoo dolls, putting things in food, or doing sexual transmutation of energy, and sending you a lot of explicit thoughts, and really just trying to warp your mind, that they're gonna get their karma for that 100 times worse than what you can ever even imagine. So don't even think about the revenge or them getting their karma. They're getting it. When you feel those attacks, be like, I am so glad I am a good, kind, compassionate, caring individual, and that I wish no harm on others. And it's easier said than done. Forgiving the narcissist took me a long time, but when you do it, you will feel more at peace. And when you send loving and healing energy towards your enemies, that God is gonna reward you for that. God will reward you for that, I promise you. So just know that if you were with a witch or a warlock, that their powers are not even comparable, not even close to what you are capable of. Love, peace will heal the world, will heal everyone. When narcissists send out all this negative shit, all they end up doing is getting it tenfold back, 100-fold back. So always put out that kind, compassionate energy. Like I said, do your affirmations. I do it every day. I have a journal, and every morning I write down 21 lines of what I am grateful for, and then the next page I write, I am confident, I am calm, I am whole, and I just keep writing it over and over, and manifest that new reality into your being right now, currently in the present. That's what everything is about, is becoming your most authentic self, and changing your old beliefs. And that, at childhood, like I said, I sat at a lunch table alone, and I always never felt worthy because I was put in foster care and abandoned by my parents at a young age. So then I created an ego when I was young to make myself feel like everyone, wanted to be around me because I was great, kind of like that narcissistic tendency. And, when we go through those traumatic times in our childhood and throughout our life, what ends up happening is that becomes our core belief system, and it gets harder and harder and harder to change over time. But what you can do when you're doing these affirmations and you're doing the inner child work and healing your shadow self and reliving those traumatic moments, and realizing that 99% of the things that people said, if you were fat, ugly, you were never going to be enough, you were abandoned by your parents, if your siblings made fun of you for certain things, it was never you. It was other people projecting their own inner bullshit onto you. And when you realize that, then you can heal your own inner child. And then it's much easier to work on yourself and to heal and to become your most authentic self. Because a lot of people walking around nowadays, they don't even know who they are, because everyone else has put their bullshit onto you. Everyone puts everything onto you and projects everything onto us. So when we get to be 25, 35, 45, whatever, we're like having filters from every single person that's ever come into contact, and they project all their own stuff, and we take it onto ourselves. So that's why it's important when you go through these narcissistic relationships, and when you're on the healing journey, I always say, isolate yourself. Get off of social media. Try not to watch entire Netflix shows in a day. Do the self-work, meditate, go for walks out in the woods, in the wilderness, go hiking, do things that take away and strip away all the world so that you can focus on what's going on internally, bring it to the surface, relate to it, understand why it happened, and then let it go. And as you let it go and you let these pieces of yourself go that you thought were you, you will actually unmask the true you. So that's why it's important to know who you are. When you're going through this healing journey, you will slowly start to uncover at a core level who you truly are. And that was a way tangent off of witches and warlocks, but I just felt like I needed to say it. I felt like someone out there needed to hear that. So I hope you guys enjoy the day. Stay safe. I'm feeling rough. I just want a Greek yogurt so bad. Just want some dairy. Gluten's not that bad to get rid of, but dairy, man. I was reading the forum the other day, and they were saying giving up dairy, you can go through a bunch of flu-like symptoms because your body is starting to change, and the probiotics from dairy and stuff can be healing for the gut, so your digestive system changes and you're like excreting all this. So my body is just like, bleh, we feel like crap. But you know, I needed to get this video out for you guys because I know that someone needed to hear these words today of hope and becoming your best self. And I know you're all gonna do it. And I just keep going on the healing journey. When you do have these down times, just know that they are not gonna last. Life is a roller coaster. There's always gonna be ups and downs, and you will get through it. I promise you that. So go get a workout in for yourself and for me, because I'm not going to the gym. Go eat healthy, be the best version of yourself, and continue on your healing journey and becoming the best authentic version of you. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the day, stay safe. Until next time, beta.